Hello everybody, hi Sharon. I'm glad you made it. Um, Sorry for being a minute late, but I was really upset about somebody. Because, you get all kinds of crazy people commenting on videos. And remember a few years ago I did a full Larimar tutorial. I mean, actually I made several from a more beginner to master. And anyway, at one point I did post a preview of one, and of course it was just the end result, because I was still working on the video. And somebody commented, because it was just me showing the cabochons and with some music, right? And somebody commented, so the title was Full Larimar Preview. So somebody commented, with no dialogue or text, we have no idea what this video is supposed to be about. You title it Full Larimar, so are those fakes? Are you trying to educate us? Because I have no idea what you're trying to communicate. And I just replied, I don't know, maybe Google what preview means, Anyway, hi Ilyanka. But that is why I was a bit late, because I was, what the heck is this? Because I was answering that comment. I know that's a little bit snippy, but when a comment is snippy, I reply in the same tone. I don't mind people asking, but when people just post for the sake of being nasty, I respond in kind. Okay, so I'm going to try and make a snowflake cane that is a little bit different than what you're used to. And I have here translucent, I have white, then I have a mix that I made with white pearl and peacock. It's not very well mixed, and that is the idea. It shouldn't be very well mixed. And then I have a whole bunch of black, because it's going to be based on black. So I know I didn't mix them, because it's one of those special ways of mixing stuff, and I wanted to do that with you. So I'm going to, this is an approximately, so a 3.5 by 3.5 translucent. This is, I'm going to use all of it. The mix for this is, so 4 parts white pearl with 1/8 of a part of peacock pearl. And you do that by using the square cutter, and then cut in 4, and then one of the quarters cut it in half, because you don't want it to be too dark. It has to be fairly light. Okay, so I am going, and the white again, I'm not going to use all of it, only bits and pieces here and there. So I'm going to first cut this in 3, and each of them are going to get their own, they're going to be dirty skinner blends. So on this one, I'm going to place a little bit of black. I know, sounds horrible, doesn't it? So this would be, hold on, before doing this, let me measure it for you. So this shouldn't take too long, because as I said, they are dirty Skinner blends. So that means that I'm not working them all the way to the gradient. So this is about 4 millimeters in diameter. So a little bit smaller than a quarter of an inch. And I'm going to give it a little bit of stringy aspect, and then I'm going to put this stringy aspect here, and let me put one here. So this is one of them. The second one of them, I am going to first make this a little bit. I'm probably already got you completely in the dark with what I'm trying to make. I am going to get a sliver of about 1/2 inch of the mix. So it's 1/2 inch by approximately 1 3/4 inches. So this is going to be one of them. And then the second one, and you can use here, you can use white, but you can also use white pearl. I prefer to use the white. So I'm going to cut the about 1/4 of an inch approximately, and the same. So now I'm going to start making these Skinner blends. And I'm going to V it. It's okay if it gets contaminated, as long as you don't have any red in it. So 2 passes, and I'm going to V it again. And now I'm going to simply cut it and give it a long strip. Thin. Okay, so I'm going to cut it and stack it. Of course, I will resin it and put it up so for you to see, but you have to keep in mind that the translucent will not get fully translucent until it gets completely baked. So we have this now. And this I'm going to have for my first. And it is actually desirable that it is a little bit contaminated with black. Weird, I know, but trust me, it is. So 2 passes, we fold. Passes, we fold. 2 and repeat. So I did it 4 times, yeah? And now I'm going to cut and stack it. And again, thin strip. And once again, cut and stack. And why I said that you don't want it to be even, because and you want it to be dirty because you want it not to repeat the same thing, because once you will be cutting through this, it will look different, obviously. Okay, hold on. Okay, so again, I'm going to and now I'm mixing this, but again, not fully. So on the thinner setting, it looks like this, and I'm going to it like this and like this, and then I am passing it through the machine again like this. So I did that twice. Now I'm going to get it a little bit thinner, and then thinner like this, so it would be the same size as those. And now I'm going to go with it through the thinner setting. And very carefully now, I'm going to grab myself a piece of white, and I'm going to go with it through the machine on a very, very thin setting. And even try to get it thinner, as thin as possible, and then get little pieces. And then I will be doing the same with the white pearl and peacock blue pearl. the same exact thing, and I want very thin pieces. And now I can start cutting and stacking. And I have this. And of course I'm going to consolidate it. And bring it to about the same width as the other ones. Alrighty, now we have these. Going to try and get them to the same sizes as much as possible. I know this looks like no other snowflake canes you've ever seen, but I promise you it's going to be pretty. Okay, and what I need is one more piece of this dirty mix of white pearl and peacock. That needs to be on a very super thin setting. Alrighty. So you'll have to be very careful how you set these, okay? So I have the blue peacock. Then now I have the thing with white that's going to go on with the white part. And then I have the dirty translucent and black that's going to go on top of the white on the translucent side. And then I have the mix of white and peacock that's going to go with the translucent towards the darker one. So this will be the mix, and I need it to go a little bit longer. And thinner, obviously. I hope I don't make it too big because my hands are not in the best shape. But I can always do two, I guess. And I hope you do remember the way to make the regular one, because I have several, actually I think like 3 or 4 different cane. And this you can do with translucent as well, but I want to do it with the black background, because I think it would look much better with a black background. And also you can mix some glitter in it as well. I would use the iridescent. So let's go with measuring, because I know not everybody is. So I'm going to go with the 2 inches for the main stem. Let's call it stem. And then if I have 2 inches, I can place, let me see, 4, 1, 2, no, 3. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make another one, probably with translucent, but I'm going to make with you the, okay, and I'm going to cut one that is exactly the same length for the first one. So you see the, like you divide this in 4 and this will be 1/2 inch. Then another 1/2 inch for the bottom one. And about 3/4 inch for the middle one. And now we need the black to place in between. Hi, Darla. That is good. I don't know why you don't get notification. You know, I have no power over the notifications. That's entirely YouTube. You sure you clicked the bell? Okay, so I'm going to get several strips of this width to place them. Okay, so now I can start placing them. So for the first small one, first of all I need it to be in a diagonal. And not only that, but I need to, I forgot, I need to do a little bit of an extension on here. Apologies. I need to make it twice as long. I should have done this with a, but that's okay. And then put it together with the plain blue. Okay, so I'm going to need this to be in a diagonal, and then I'm going to need my black to be in a diagonal as well. So first place the black, and then I think I need another black on a diagonal. To continue this, so pretty much like that, and most likely another one so that I can have the continuity here. So I got this, so this is going to get cut to size, and now I can place my first snowflake branch. I want this part to be firmly against this. So, and now I will continue setting blacks with diagonals. That is weird. I don't know what to say, honestly. And make sure that your black is firmly against the main stem. So we need 2. This doesn't really matter because I'm going to cover it up here. Then I'm placing the longer one, and again I need to get it longer so I can double it, because my blonde brain isn't working very good today, apparently. So, and again stack it with the plain blue on there, and the diagonal cut. And make sure that it is properly against the main stem. And again diagonal. But you see, these ones go like this with the diagonal down instead of like this, the way these ones went. So I'm going to have again 2 of them. And then the small one that also needs the other small one, that is. Actually, this you can make it a little bit even smaller than the first one, this one. And make sure that it is a good diagonal, that is even. And we place it. And yes, I'm going to have to place here some black because it's shorter, obviously. And another black. And then diagonal. Making sure that it's well against the stem. And 1 diagonal. And 2 diagonals. Okay, now I can continue this, because what I need is a triangle. At one point it's a little bit too much here, but all I have to do at this point is just simply fill this up, and I can cut it triangularly. After I fill it up. And another thing I need is one like this. Pretty much, but I'm going to have to cut some of this. So me cut it properly. Guess I need a little bit more of, and a little bit more here. Not a lot, just one more point. Okay, and at this point, actually, I think it's a little bit too big still. So, because you want it pretty acute, so to speak, and get a thin line here. Okay, so now I can start reducing. Remember, don't allow it to bulge up too much, because you don't want that. And remember to pull on the corners, because they will have the tendency to stay behind. And this is supposed to be a right angle, a straight angle. I just want to get it taller so we can divide it in two and make another triangle that then will be reduced to be part of the 6 pieces that form the snowflake, which once it gets baked, as I said, we'll have some very transparency things in it. I mean, that you cannot really see very well right now because it's very big. Hi, Silver. You're in California, Silver? I was not aware of that. Okay, I'm almost. Remember, my best, I can do very short, reduce very short canes, but I prefer to not go with canes that are less than 3/4 of an inch tall. I'm going to cut the blown out wastages. So let me reduce it just a little bit more. Okay, so I got 2 inches, so I'm going to cut it 1 inch. And then we put these together. Now this gets reduced so we can do a 6 radial cane. And that's the thing, especially once it's baked and all this gets transparency, it's going to look a little bit different on each spoke, and it would look like it's made out of glass. And remember, I don't like it to start bulging out. So when you press, remember I've told you before, when you press, do not press on the edges, on the sides, because it's going to make your whole thing distorted. So you want to press on the top of on the edge, top edge of the triangle. So you go like this, not like this. And again, don't forget to pull on the edges because they will have the tendency to stay behind. And again, I have some wastage. As I said, normally when I'm not on a live, I let the cane rest a little bit so I don't have so much wastage before I start reducing more. Because at this point, having, it also depends on the cane, but on canes like this one, for example, the problem is that I have Skinner blends inside. So the clay is already very, thank you, Silver. The clay is very soft, so it's going to move faster than the sides. Okay, let me see. I think I still have a little bit more. Yeah, just a pinch more to cut it in 3. After I remove the wastages. So 3 inches. 1, 2. And now I can go ahead and round it up. Yeah. And it shouldn't be too hard to reduce at this point. Just don't forget again to pull on the sides. And keep it in a semicircle until I get it to 2 inches. And I'm going to resin it for you so you can see the whole prettiness. But again, you can also add some glitter in the this part, in the strip that you make the snowflake with. And remember, there's a playlist. I actually posted it on my Facebook page, not on my Facebook, on the Kalyana Design Facebook page. I think I shared it on my Facebook page as well. On the playlist with all kinds of tutorials and lives for the winter holidays. Let me see how my eyeballing is working. My eyeballing is still working just fine. Huh. Okay, so 1 cut. And we have the snowflake. I didn't cut it very well. Oh well. And remember, when you reduce a round cane, never use your fingers because it's going to leave grooves and distort the cane. You always use only the on your palm. Okay, so let's cut a slice. Actually get my slicer. This is the bottom slice, the not good one. But why I want to resin it is because, remember, we have mica clay in here, and because of that there's going to be some mica shift effects. And one thing that you can do that can make very easy earrings with this, you can make it even smaller and then attach another one with a jump ring. But your best bet is to simply get some either white wax or simply silver acrylic, and that way you just pass it on the edge of it, and that way you don't have to worry it's going to be two sides. You won't have to worry about making a bezel or anything. It's going to still look super pretty. I think I put some clay on my eyeglasses. Okay, and just to be on the safe side, you want to make sure that this is nice and flat. So let's put some resin on it so you can see all the pretty effects. And as I said, you can make this with you can make the blue even more prominent than this. You can completely skip the pure blue in the middle. Now, I didn't round it up perfectly. What I would do, I would put a little bit more black on the sides so that you can cut it with a round cutter and make sure that it's perfectly round. Because if you do it just by hand like this, it might not be perfectly round. But you can do a tiered, as I said, a tiered earring just by making it even smaller and attaching it with a jump ring to this bigger one. Or you can make it even bigger and get a hi Wanda and get a pendant out of it. But as you can see, it's not very hard to make, and it's going to be pretty spectacular if you want. And of course you can make, let's grab these ones. You can make some beads out of these. Just simply remember, the mind always fills in when you have something that's remember I showed you when I made those beads with remnants from the monarch butterfly cane. The mind will fill up what is missing. So there we go. And you can even make a teardrop to a bead to attach it to that round teardrop twisty kind of bead. You can make it bigger or smaller, obviously, to attach it to that flat round. You can see it looks very pretty, and especially if you put some glitter in it. I did not put glitter because I'm still working on some things and I didn't want to contaminate and then have to clean a whole bunch because I have so much stuff to do, you will not believe it. I will tell you on the 22nd live what the hell is going on and why I'm so scattered. But anyway, let's get this refocused a little bit so I can show you exactly what the whole effects are. Too close. Still too close. There we go. So it will sparkle. My light, remember they made, especially with the new changes they made, the updates, that you know how they update stuff, and stuff that was working before now doesn't work as good. But the thing is that, again, my advice is to let it sit a little bit, because otherwise it will deform, and you want a cane that will be pretty straight and will look gorgeous. And if you want to add the glitter, I recommend that you don't add it in all the clay, add it only in the translucent and black mix, because that way it will not be sparkling all over the place, just as it will be more delicate. Of course, you can add it in all the clay if you want to, but I suggest that you add it only in that translucent. Also, remember that once you bake it, part of this will become translucent, so it will be pretty much see-through. Now, you can resin it if you want. I still recommend that you sand and buff it, and then, as I said, just put some wax or something on the sides. You can use gold if you want, but I think that silver would work better with it. And you can use wax, you can use acrylic, metallic acrylic, and it will still look beautiful. Doesn't matter how. So I hope you enjoyed it, and as I said, I'm very slow at finishing things because I have a ton of other things to do, and I have to do them by the new year, so that's why I'm in such a... But you will have some videos before the new year, that is for sure. It's just that I wasn't able to bring them up in the first half of the month. And it's going to be around Christmas, and we'll consider it a Christmas present. Okay? So thank you so much, and I will see you on the 22nd, right before Christmas, and we'll make a pretty then. Something very pretty. I have something very pretty in mind. Okay? Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to use my affiliate Amazon influencer store and my affiliate link with Polyclay Play. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Bye.